Welcome back to the New York Sports Exchange, episode number 165. What a time it is to be a Yankee fan. Beards are back. We're not playing New York after losses anymore.
Just a complete culture shock, Stan.
This is a complete culture change. I'm happy that this team has gotten with the times.
Well, that leaves only one team, Stan, in North American sports with a beard rule. That's the New York Islanders.
It's all right and it's coming along. Come on, Lou. Lou?
Hey, Uncle Lou, man. You think Lou's switching that up? He's been doing that since 1968. I mean, come on.
That is true. I was talking about this before with I believe it was my father. This was the worst weekend of the year. And not worst week, first couple weeks for sports. It's just such a dead lull period.
Unless if you're a big Cactus League fan, I mean.
Yeah, if you love the Cactus League. Yes, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. How about this? 6 weeks from today, there will be a national champion in the sport of basketball.
There you go.
What a weekend it was at the world's most famous. If you went to Duke, Illinois, like me, if you went to UConn, St. John's, if you went to both, good for you. What a weekend it was. You saw probably two Final Four caliber teams, and they both have a very high chance of winning it. And yes, I mean St. John's has a very high chance of going to the Final Four.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
The Yankees spring training update. Giancarlo Stanton is sort of dominating the news cycle after what Aaron Boone said.
How the hell you get tennis elbow on both elbows, Stan? What was he doing?
Yeah, but did you hear Boone's comments today?
No.
He basically... they asked him about it. They asked Boone for an update on Stanton, and he basically said the situation is personal in nature, and he's going to leave it at that for now. So I'm so confused.
We're gonna find out. Maybe it's not tennis elbow in both elbows. Maybe it's something else.
But again, they're saying surgery isn't. You know what?
Just let it be. We don't know.
I'm going to let it be. We'll dive into spring training.
We'll
also,
flip the other side of things, Stan. I mean, you're dealing with Yankees injuries. Sean Manaea goes out today with an oblique strain, so that's not
Madrigal.
Great.
And the new Iglesias. It might be time to bring back...
well, he's still out there.
Jose,
I mean, Quintana might be might bring back both Jose's.
There's a guy that wears number 0 in pinstripes.
I'm good. He said he was never. He said, and I quote, "I will never be a New York Met again." So I'm leaving it at that. I'm cool with it.
Okay. 4 Nations. What a job.
Yeah, you know what, Stan? You mentioned earlier this is the down period of sports.
But
we were blessed. We were blessed with a 4 Nations hockey tournament. That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. Awesome. They set the gold standard.
Congrats to Canada for winning the All-Star game, though.
You guys.
But you
the All-Star game. And if USA won, it's the gold.
If USA won, I'd be they won the 4 Nations.
You know what?
Congrats to Canada for
too?
winning the All-Star game.
You know what's funny, too? I was listening to a TSN report about it. They were talking going into this game about how much it really means. And one of the reporters, it was 2 Canadian guys, 1 American guy. And it was they were saying the same thing you were saying, Stan. It's this tournament, the Canadian guys were this tournament doesn't really matter. And the USA guy was yeah, well, you guys usually win everything. We win. This is our gold medal. And they were
this is really...
They were trying to downplay it in case they lost.
This was
get the hell out of here.
That game was honestly up there when we played England in the World Cup group stage, where it was just dude, if we at least tie, there's going to be a parade. And we tied them. It was holy shit.
I mean, that was the gold medal game in 2010.
Yeah, it was. And it had to be the golden boy. Had to be the golden boy.
Who left him open? Austin Matthews. What are you doing, Austin? You were in the sea at a horrible tournament. What are we doing? Put the puck in the net. You score 70 for the club. You can't score 70 for your country. I mean, come on.
We're gonna dive into the 4 Nations face-off. NBA.
The Knicks, Jesus.
I don't even want to call this a rough
clinched the playoffs, by the way. I want to mention that.
You're saying that as if they weren't gonna.
Oh, no. I just want to let everyone know they already clinched it. So
okay, they already clinched it. Good.
Good they win 6 more games. They clinch a top 6 seed. By the way, so we're looking real good, real spry over here in Cleveland.
All right, Tim. All right. Yeah, the Knicks are struggling, and they're struggling bad. We will dive into the Knicks.
Depth.
The Rangers.
You need to get depth, dude. I mean, we said that was going to be the issue.
The Rangers are not good as well.
Well, they beat Pittsburgh.
That game was disgusting.
Did you see the Isles game last night?
I did not.
Look at all right, in a minute when we talk about it. The Casey
Yes.
Zizekas 5-minute game misconduct they gave him.
I did see this. Yes, that was
That's
disgusting.
how they lost. They let up 2 goals in that 5-minute power play. How has that happened? How do you let that happen? This shitty officiating.
I don't know.
Figure it out, NHL. Figure it out.
I really don't know. All right. So let's just get started with let's start with baseball. It finally happened. The Yankees have uplifted the beard policy. They are allowed to have beards now. And it seems like there was always rumblings of it where it was like, a guy signs with the Yankees and it being like, oh, well.
Devin Williams really pushed the needle that much?
It seemed like Devin Williams pushed the needle. And then apparently, I guess Hal and Brian heard him. And then they asked, like, the legends that were at spring training, they asked Pettit. I believe they asked CC Sabathia.
Nobody wanted it. No one cares.
No one wanted it. It was, honestly, though, like, it was just such, like, an old thing implemented by George, but I feel like Hal Steinbrenner was right. Like, we're living in a world right now where, like, hey, the vice president of the United States has a beard. A lot of top officials in the world have a beard. It's just the way it is now.
I will say though, Stan, I mean, if Kyle Palmieri could shave every day, come on, that guy is a wildebeest.
That is true. But it just, and to the people that are so upset by this, why? I remember someone was telling me, oh, it's such a privilege to play for the 27-time world champion New York Yankees. I'm like,
nah, they lost that. Yeah, they lost that.
We haven't won shit since 2009. She's like, we are the standard. I'm like, the standard is gone.
Standard's LA now, which is a joke.
The standard ended in that 5th inning in Game 5.
Is there even a standard anymore? Is there even a standard for the MLB anymore?
No, there isn't.
The Dodgers fucked this up.
There isn't. The Dodgers screwed this up majorly. But I'm shocked by this. Because here's the thing. It's not going to change the way teams operate now. It isn't going to change. I mean, it's not going to change the way the team's going to operate. They're still going to operate the same way. Whether that be
beards, that's it.
Yeah, it's facial hair, man.
That's it.
It's facial hair. Aaron Judge had a good quote about it too, because Hal was basically saying that, it could be, Devin Williams is a big free agent, trade for one of the best closers in baseball, and you want to keep him. You want to have that stability, and who knows? It seems like they didn't uplift this, but Aaron Judge.
Now you're in the running for Vladdy.
Yeah, Aaron Judge had a great quote about it. If you're not coming here because of that beard policy, maybe you should go somewhere else. Which, it's a great quote from Aaron Judge. He said he's not going to grow the beard. But Brian Cashman said, we're not trying to look like Duck Dynasty out here. Also,
get the Charlie Blackmon's going, dude. That'd be nice. That'd be a good change of pace.
The Marsh beard, the Brandon Marsh.
Blackmon's a gold standard, though. If we're talking now, we're talking standard. Charlie Blackmon set the standard for crazy beard.
That is true. I just didn't understand. I know this has been an age-old rule since the 70s, but did we really need a 20-minute press conference on facial hair?
No.
I'm sorry. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, again,
I woke up the next morning hungover at 12:30, and I'm getting all no. I go, they did what?
And I'm thinking about it now. If the Isles did it, I mean, I think Lou wouldn't even tell anyone. They just figure it out.
Yeah, they just do it.
You're oh, he's got a beard now. I guess it's over with. Yeah.
And then in other news, the Yankees. It was announced yesterday that whenever they lose, for those who don't know, no matter what would happen, Yankees win, Yankees lose, they always play New York, New York, and it would always be stupid how we'd lose and we'd play a song that would be played when we win. It's stupid. So now, in their spring training game yesterday where they lost, they were playing That's Life by Frank Sinatra. And apparently there's going to be a rotation of songs that will be played after losses, which is great.
If you're going a 10-game losing streak, you're hearing the same songs, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, I'd be pretty fucking pissed.
What do the White Sox do?
When we fucking lost the World Series, it was New York, New York.
What do the White Sox play?
I don't even know what the White Sox play. I know
we'll get them next time.
Yeah, we'll get them next time. Will Venable, your manager. Yeah, but I'm pretty. Change is coming with the New York Yankees.
Same with the Mets.
But the one thing that hasn't changed is Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone signed an extension. We kind of saw this coming. I don't know why there was uproar.
30 more years of Aaron Boone.
He's getting Cashman said
Sign
it
him
best.
For life.
Cashman said it best where he likes to evaluate guys. He likes to evaluate guys for 10 years, and that's just his thing. Torrey for that long. We had Girardi for that long, and then now we've had Boone. I think at the end of end of 2027, it's going to be his 10th year. So we'll see, and if it brings results, then keep him. If we're not seeing the results that we want to see, let him go.
So World Series, I mean, you've seen everything but it.
But it's just funny to me how like Cashman was making those quotes and saying like, "Oh, if we let go of Aaron Boone now, there'd be a frenzy of teams that would line up to get him." But just like my thing is,
Who?
like, I didn't understand
Name those teams, Stan.
I didn't understand the rush and like the frenzy just to get the deal done.
I think you just want to get it out of the way. I mean, he was never going anywhere, obviously.
And
But
I did the reel and the TikTok for it. It's just like I said, I don't think Aaron Boone is a bad manager.
He's not a good one.
I don't think he's a great one. He's middle of the pack.
He's right below Terry Collins.
Yeah.
Terry was just angrier. All right,
Terry. Yeah. But yeah, he's not a bad manager. He's not a good manager. It's just like, I think we're living.
But he doesn't move me. I mean, like
we're living in a world where
it doesn't matter. You think
if you just stick up for your players, you're gonna get brownie points, and that's where it's gotten Aaron Boone. I've never seen Aaron Boone drag a player to the media. I've never seen. He's always just been the first line of defense for anyone, and even remember when he sacked Gleyber Torres?
Yeah.
Yeah, he still was like, yeah, it can't happen, but, like, he's going to bounce back, we know. And then had one of the best Septembers and postseasons of anyone this past season. So, we'll see.
It's not Dusty Baker, but you'll take it.
Yeah, you'll take it, and whatever happens these next 2 years happens. And then, all right, let's talk about this Giancarlo Stanton injury. Giancarlo Stanton
What's there to talk about, Stan? He's got two banged-up elbows. He's not expected to start the year, and there hasn't been any updates.
But, like, This is like, I don't understand.
I don't think there's anything.
We've went from tennis elbow, and then he was going to New York today to see Chris Ahmad. Shout out Terrence. Got his TJ surgery from Dr. Chris.
Nice.
Yeah. You remember that? I remember.
I mean, that's just a crazy fact to pull out of
crazy. I know. I
wouldn't remember that.
I pulled that out of thin air. He's the team doctor for the Yankees. That's when you know you're in good care, I feel like.
Tanaka said no.
Oh my God. Anyway, fucking Jesus, Sam. I just don't understand how we went from tennis elbow to like Aaron Boone being like, I'm not going to get into this.
Because there's clearly something else going on. We're not going to know for like another month, so you might as well just sit in the dark, Stan. Welcome to Islanders world.
His situation is personal in nature.
It means he's dealing with this outside the team. That's clearly what he's doing. He's going to a separate consultant. He's not. I mean,
fair, okay.
But he's also like, come on. I mean, this has been his entire career. Like, what's new?
But here's the thing. I feel like with everyone,
you don't need him to the postseason anyway.
I was just gonna say after the postseason, like.
What did he do in the regular season, Stan? He's really
been the only guy that has performed in the postseason like consistently year after year.
It's the only time he plays.
And look at how he does.
But that's what I'm saying. So what does it matter?
He gets a pass. Honestly, like whatever happens here happened. I'm getting texts from people like from my friends that are just fans of the Yankees being like, is he like gonna retire? I'm like, I don't think it's
He's
retirement.
Been retired, dude. He's just sitting on the bench. He's like Udonis Haslam, but
Tim, ALCS MVP last year. You're calling him Udonis Haslam.
He's a playoff performer, but when I'm watching him around third base in the one out of 162, and he's walking down the third base line getting thrown out from center, I mean, I don't want to watch that. Do you? So.
You're not wrong. It's just very strange how this is happening.
From MVP to injury, I mean, this guy just won't get off the IL.
Yeah, I just knew.
Should we bring back the DL, dude? I miss saying that.
No, we can't. It's
I liked it though.
It's PC. It's PC. We can't say it. DL anymore. It's offending people. That's what it is. Like
I know.
Yeah, I know. But like, think about it though. Like
I know.
The DL, you're disabled. Like, I get it, but like,
it's not meant in a
not
like
actually
derogatory
disabled.
way. I know it's
like,
meant
you're
in
not
like
disabled.
It's meant in like he's disabled for now. Like he can't walk. Like
people go on the DL when you're injured. So like it makes
sense. It's all right. Flipping a more light thing, Juan Soto homered first at bat with the Mets like he did with the Yankees.
Good for you. I'll say this: I'm more mad about Clay Holmes throwing
Three
scoreless
perfect innings, 3 perfect, Stan, not scoreless, perfect, and he looked good. He looked real good.
And like, here's the thing: like the Yankee fans, like I wouldn't that like they're those type of Yankee fans are like, yeah, I'm glad Soto's gone. The defense was abysmal.
Come on.
Guy's a fucking generational talent. Yeah. Anything like
Opposite field home run first at bat.
you saw me day one with Juan Soto hitting a home run in spring training. I'm like, fuck yes, he's here. And then
you know what? You're right though with the Clay Holmes thing.
That was just me for 1 year. This is going to be Tim
15.
for the next 15.
And you know what, Stan? Soto, great aside, you're so right with Clay Holmes. 3 perfect was so nice to see. His fastball's got life. It's got movement. He's throwing upper 90s, and he had the control for 3 innings.
Just don't understand. I just don't understand it. Like, if he turns out to be a slightly above, like, I'm not even giving him, like, if he turns out to be, like, the ace of the Mets rotation.
Why let him go?
But, like, if he's slightly above average,
what were you thinking?
He's like getting guys to ground out, and
he looks like he's a strikeout guy, dude. I mean, he looks
like forces weak contact, like gets guys to ground out. I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
I would be too.
That is, and
you kept Stroman.
You could say something about like, well, some of those blown saves he was unlucky. Because there were some blown saves where he came in and it was extra innings and there was the runner on second base to start, so he was already in a high pressure situation. But those are 14 wins that I want back. Like that's kind of what I mean.
Well, how pissed would you be this year if he's like 14-6?
I'd be pretty upset. I'd be pretty upset.
He looks good. I want to see Griffin Canning pitch. I'm not sure what this rotation's going to look like. I heard Paul Blackburn to start the year might be the 5, which isn't great, but
so
got by with it last year. I mean, I don't know why everyone's making a big deal out of nothing here. I mean, they got by with a pretty on paper stand.
No, breaking news.
Mets.
Colin Cowherd just got sentelled.
What happened?
NBA Centel put out a post the other day saying it's. For those who don't know, NBA Central is like the main like news Twitter page for NBA shit, and some guy made NBA Centel.
Gets the best of us all the time.
I've been Centelled many times.
I think everyone has.
Someone made up a story. Centel made up a story that the Mavs organization were not allowing fans to wear Luka jerseys.
Oh, he ran with that? I saw that too.
To games to like move on from him. And then Cowherd said to Rachel Nichols on The Herd today, I saw a story where they won't let Luka jerseys in the building.
Were they just like, that's Centel, buddy?
He got Centelled. That's unfortunate. Oh my God. Those like fake news sites are hysterical. Like Ballsack Sports.
Yeah, well.
You remember Barry? I remember Barry said Tua was retiring due to concussion issues, and my mom texted me.
Ballsack?
Yeah, Ballsack Media, dude. That was a generational run, man. You just had to be there. You just had to be there for that shit. Yeah, but anyway, Sean Manaea is hurt with is it a strained oblique or is it
strained oblique?
With a strained oblique. There's...
Dude, I heard
What Mendoza was saying seemed like he was very optimistic that he would come back.
7, 14, 21 days. It's all if he's feeling right. It's an oblique strain, dude. I don't think it's going to be anything anything crazy.
So Sean Manaea and Frankie Montas are expected to begin the season on the injured list. That leaves you with your starting pitchers as Senga, Clay Holmes, David Peterson, Tyler McGill, Griffin Canning, and Paul Blackburn.
Like, honestly, to start April, that's not awful. Think about how baseball usually starts, too.
Okay, there's a lot of ifs there, but
there was a lot of ifs last year.
The way that Clay Holmes has been pitching, I'll give it to you.
Again, everyone wants to write off Peterson like he's this middle of the rotation guy. He had like a 2.95 last year, and he was 9-1, 10-0 at one point. I mean, he was phenomenal.
Yeah. I just lost my train of thought. I don't know.
Spring training's been good. Wearing a Red Sox hat. If you're a Red Sox fan, they had a good start. Bregman had a really good first spring training game.
Did we talk Bregman?
We didn't. Bregman signed with the Red Sox. There you go.
Bregman's with the Red Sox, and this scares me because I think it's going to work out very well.
What do you mean you think? Of course it's going to work out.
And the shit with Rafi Devers now.
Doesn't want to move from third.
Weird. It's weird. It's very weird.
He's the heart and soul of this franchise. You do what he wants.
I know, but what Cora was saying, and this is why I hate Yankee fans, some Yankee fans, like they're like Cora said, like, he's gonna move. And then he was like, some guy was like, I'd kill to have Cora instead of booed. I'm like, personally, I wouldn't like if my manager called out my star player to the media in front of everyone. I wouldn't like that. Creates unnecessary drama. But yeah, it's a good pickup. If
It's
he
a
plays
really
third,
good pickup, and they got him on a good deal too.
they
So
got him on and if it doesn't work out, they can
it's 3-year deal.
If it doesn't work out, they can pull the opt outs. Plus, he's got that left field. Those doubles are going to turn into home runs. And
They're good,
I'll be
dude.
honest,
On paper, they're good. They're a scary
am I
team.
Am I crazy to say that it's the Yankees as the top contender in the American League, and the second might be the Boston Red Sox?
I don't even and this is
Like,
no
am I crazy to think that?
This is like no slight to the Yankees at all, and I think it's like 1, and then it's like 1 and 1/2 of like the Red Sox Orioles.
An A, 1B?
Yeah, like
not the Orioles.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying, yeah, okay, they drop off a little bit, sure, but I'm still really high on John Means. You're gonna hate me for saying it, but I think he's gonna have a good year. Anyway,
He's not even on the team anymore.
Yes, he is. We went over this. He's still hurt, but he's coming back.
He's not even on the team, I thought.
It's something. He's still there, and he's gonna
on
come
the
back.
Guardians.
Fuck, I never mind. John Means gonna have a hell year with the Guardians, but I will say this: the Red Sox adding Garrett Crochet, which was the main issue last year, was their pitching.
Yes,
Their lineup was great last year. You add Bregman to add to that already. I'm not gonna say star-studded lineup, but it's pretty deep. If Story has a good year, dude, they're a big competitive team. Yeah, it's a big if, but you don't even need it to be like, you don't need it to hit. You know, I mean, like, it doesn't even have to be like, that doesn't have to work out.
Let's see the Fangraphs projected lineup. You know, it's the dark days when I'm pulling up Fangraphs to see the lineup. You have a possible lineup of Jarren Duran, Rafi Devers, Bregman, Casas, Yoshida, Story, Wilyer Abreu, Connor Wong, Cedon Rafaela.
They can all hit.
You have a potential rotation of Garrett Crochet, Tanner Houck, Walker Buehler, Lucas Giolito. He's coming off of Tommy John, I believe.
Yeah.
And Brian Bayo.
And if Brian Bayo is a good year, dude, it's oof.
The bullpen, you have a very filthy, if it goes well, because Hendricks just had Tommy John, and you know Aroldis Chapman and how he rolls. You have a potential 1-2 punch of Hendricks and Chapman that can be very lethal.
Dude, they might be a really good team.
I hate to say it, but they're
for me,
the second contender for the American League.
For me, they're better than the Guardians. Yeah.
Yeah. I honestly think it goes Yankees, Red Sox, and the Rangers. Those are my top three.
Yeah, Seager's got to have a good year, but yeah.
Seager's got to have a good year. I mean, Simeon got hurt, right? He got hurt.
Yeah.
And then that kind of just sort of derailed things.
Yeah.
I know the rotation's old.
DeGrom comes back, though. DeGrom comes,
like, that's the thing.
That completely changes the team.
People need to, like, think about it for a second.
He's the best pitcher in baseball when he's healthy. People forget this. Yes. They're going to forget, like, you can be all over Paul Skeens all you want. DeGrom still throws 102, and his slider is 98 miles. It's the same thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. There was another... Oh, they brought back Adam Ottavino as well at the Red Sox. He just, like, rotates.
Who cares?
Yeah,
there's three teams.
Yankees, Red Sox, Mets.
He's a big market guy.
Back to the Red Sox.
He's a big market guy.
I would not want.
I sent you that meme, dude. Me and the nosebleeds.
What spending half your career in Colorado looks like. You're just like thirsting for a big market.
There you go. But I mean, remember that meme I sent you? Me sitting in the 500s watching Adam Ottavino.
Oh yeah, that was hysterical. There is one more thing that I wanted to say. Oh yes, the Blue Jays did not agree to an extension.
God, this team's
Vladimir Guerrero.
They shit the bed so bad with everything.
This is sort of...
It's over. He's a Red Sox, dude.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's over.
It has Red Sox written all over it, man.
It's more so like... Oh, that quote is...
It doesn't look good, man.
I just saw that quote now. Vladimir Guerrero and what he's looking for in free agency. A winning team.
It doesn't look good for them, dude.
A winning team.
And if the Red Sox have a good year, you could move on from Casas to get another pitcher, and you could bring Vladdy in.
Yeah, you could. The Yankees too.
And they still have Roman Anthony. And dude, the Red Sox for the future. I'm not even like they're like set up.
Yeah. Speaking of another player, I just realized Nolan Arenado, probably an Astro.
I would imagine so.
He took him off the list of being like, trade me here.
I feel like he's in kind of no man's land right now and just got to end up where he can.
Yeah. I mean, that swing could help him out. Left field could definitely help him out at, what do you call it? at Minute Maid, whatever the hell it's called now. All
I
the
can't
insurance
even think of the
companies, whatever.
name. I mean, they changed the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse to Rocket Mortgage Arena, so Cleveland's making the move.
Ooh, wow. Let's go to college basketball. It's about to be that time. 5 days till March. 5 days till March.
Get excited.
Get excited. Get excited. I'm so excited. New poll came out. I wouldn't necessarily actually fuck the poll because it means nothing. I'm a KenPom guy till I die. Duke, now the number one KenPom team in the nation. They have the highest net rating of any team in the KenPom era. That's since 1997. Highest net rating of any team since 1999 Duke, who ended. They lost the national championship. They lost to UConn. They had a net rating of 43.1, which is completely unheard of. This year's Duke team now has a net rating of 38.13. Watching Cooper Flagg.
He's unbelievable.
Watching him play the sport I love in person had to be one of the greatest moments of my life.
He's unbelievable.
I'm not kidding. And here's the thing.
I mean, it's better than going to a Knicks game there right now. No offense, but
you're not wrong. Believe me, I have words. I have words.
It's bad, man.
It's bad. It's bad out here.
260 points in the last 2 games.
God, is it that much?
They've let up 260 in the last 2 games, dude.
Oh my God. Anyway, Jesus.
We're not just glancing over that, man. We got to say some words.
Yeah. That game was ridiculous. Just based on the fact that, and like, I get Illinois was unranked. They've been struggling in Big Ten play. They had a very good non-conference, and it just hasn't translated over to Big Ten play. No one expected Duke to beat them by fucking 40. What was it, 43?
Something like that. It was a
110 to 67. It was even. Oh, it was. I think. Wait, 110, 67. No one. Yeah, 43. No one expected them to beat them by 43. And the thing is, Cooper Flagg was not a factor in the first half. Like, he had 2 fouls.
Doesn't have to be.
Going into halftime, he had like 4 points, 2 fouls. Like, that was it. And he almost got a third. John was being very aggressive. But what this team is doing right now, and I tweeted this earlier in the year when they played Notre Dame, and I said, like, this is the greatest Duke team I think I've ever seen in my life. Like, 2019 Duke, great. They didn't really have much depth. 2021, 22 Duke, they just, I don't know. ACC was somewhat decent, but it was they lost games. No, I thought they had it, but they lost games that they shouldn't have won. There was a little bit of mistake that they made before that UNC game. Hint, hint. They didn't do a shoot around. Yeah,
still holding
they
on
didn't
to
have yeah, no, it's still holding on to me. 2015, like this, like I've never felt more confident about a team than this than this one right now since probably 2015, because they just fucking dominate. Cooper Flagg is a insane prospect. Con Knipple, my favorite white boy. Like, Con Knipple is ridiculous. Come on, Malawatch, insane. Tyrese Proctor's finally making that year 3 leap that we've been expecting him to make. And I just love the double standard of, we beat Illinois. Illinois has like a stomach virus that's going through. Okay, yeah, poor them, whatever. We lose to Clemson. We had illnesses. Cooper Flagg had an illness. Mason Gillis missed a game due to illness. Everyone's like, fuck you. And you know what that means? Duke's back, baby. We're the fucking standard of the sport, and we're here.
You know, Drake basketball.
We're fucking here. Drake's really good.
The D2 team, they're crazy.
They're insane. The guy's like a 4-time D2 champion. Don't go like undermining D2 now. Like, they're pretty damn good.
I'm not undermining anything. I'm just saying that D2 team's pretty damn good.
They're pretty damn good, man. I do want to get to another team, and that is the St. John's Red Storm. And this team could beat you in multiple ways, where it's just like, if they're having an off night shooting, okay. But the thing with St. John's last year was the thing with them last year was they were a very good offensive team, but the defense was abysmal. And Rick went into the portal and basically was like, I got to get better defenders. And now it's the offense that's like, but the defense is winning them games every single time.
Clamps.
And the Big East is going to run through Jamaica, Queens, and Madison Square Garden with St. John's. And I'll be honest, at the bracket preview show, St. John's was in the top 16, and they were in the East region with Duke. And I was like, fuck. I was like, shit. There could be a Sweet 16 game of Duke St. John's at the Prudential Center, which is my own version of hell.
I hate the Prudential Center.
I hate it too. I've never.
No, this has nothing to do with Prudential Center. I hate the way that building's built. I hate it.
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, we look at the schedule. Before they lost to Villanova, they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight with wins against UConn, with wins against Marquette. And then, after the Villanova loss, they played Creighton, where this game was basically going to decide, like, who kind of controls their own destiny in the Big East. I know Kalkbrenner went down for Creighton, but St. John's was able to win that game. Then they were able to dominate DePaul. Then they were able to beat UConn. You then have Butler at Hinkle Fieldhouse. That should be something you should handle. Seton Hall's fucking terrible. And then you have Marquette, where that could be like, all right. But my God, what this team is doing right now.
They're competitive, dude. I mean, it's going to be
They are a Final Four. They are a Final Four caliber team.
Again, no Drake. They're not Drake, but they're getting there.
I'm not saying that they will make the Final Four, but they are a Final Four caliber team. Speaking of KenPom, 96% of the national champions since 2001 have had a top 25 KenPom offense pre-tournament, and 91% of national champions since 2001 have had a top 31 KenPom defense. The teams that currently fulfill this category are... No, not St. John's. St. John's is not on here. Texas Tech, Iowa State, Houston, Duke, Alabama, Florida, Arizona, Maryland, and Clemson, which I love because then that gives us some leeway after that Clemson loss, because it was like, all right, we beat Clemson, so then they're actually a pretty good team.
Well,
that's big.
We'll see.
That is pretty big. Maryland's a fun one. Tim, do you have any questions? March coming up.
I know what I'm doing.
Madness is coming up.
I'm an offensive guy, Stan. I'm put the house on Bama. Are you kidding me? They put up like 400 points a game. I want to see that continue. I want to see them win the national championship, outscoring teams by like 50.
Dude, that defense is very bad.
It's been bad for like ever.
Yeah, but then like once you run into a team that's a good defense, like if you don't hit, like that's the thing. You cannot go into a tournament and be like, if we hit shots. And Bama isn't really the hot hand. They just lost to Mizzou and got mollywopped.
Trust me, Stan. You know I'm weirdly good at picking these, man. You know, at least I get one random like Elite Eight Final Four.
I won our pool 2 years ago. You're clinging on to 2016 or 2017 Syracuse. Like it's fucking.
I forget what year it was, but I had Michigan State go pretty deep, and they went pretty deep too. I had the Oregon team that went in the Elite Eight.
25th Michigan State made it as a 7 seed.
I had them going deep. I had the Elite Eight Oregon team that went deep. That had like Dylan Brooks on them. I'm telling you, I got something in the bag. I'll have it.
They were a 1 seed, Tim,
and I had them going deep, and I had them actually losing where they were supposed to lose.
That's true. That is the infamous Coach K. You're too good of a player to be doing that.
Well,
you remember that?
Look at Dylan Brooks now.
Yeah, look at Dylan Brooks now. He's in the NBA. I'm just so obsessed with what this Duke team has brought me. How much joy.
I hate to flip that tide, Stan, of joy running through your veins, but I, again, want to get to this and ask you some questions because everyone wants to know how you're feeling. The Knicks, man. What is going on with the New York Knicks?
What's a fun fact about me?
Did you win? You didn't win the free throw shooting contest ever, no?
I did not win the free throw shooting contest.
Did you win defensive player at basketball camp at some point in 3rd grade? I won the knockout tourney in 3rd grade.
I did not. I need like a joke. Joke fun fact.
Well, they suck.
2-time Pearl River basketball camp champion.
There you go.
Wait, no. 3-time Pearl River Middle School March Madness 3-on-3 tournament champion.
There you go. There you go.
Hang on. This Wii golf tournament that I'm participating in. 3-time middle school V3 tournament champ. 3-time middle school gym class 3v3 tournament champ. Yeah, I was like host of the New York Sports Exchange related to a C-list celebrity, 3-time middle school gym class 3v3 tournament champ. Ring me.
It's like the Knicks. It's what the Knicks are clinging on to right now, Stan.
Yes, that is true. Knicks played Boston yesterday afternoon.
It was at some point, but it wasn't good.
We did, but it was. And the thing is, right now, and I know the NBA is a very reactionary league where it's, you're not doing too well.
0-7 against the top 3 teams in the league.
I just, when I saw today that there was no Knick basketball on today and no Ranger hockey.
Sigh of relief.
Sigh of relief. I can't go on and say, like, this was Mikal Bridges. He had
5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges, -9 for the game. He was -23, -9 in the first quarter, -8 in the second quarter, -6 in the fourth quarter. When he was off the floor, the Knicks were +10 and had a much higher net rating than what they were on the floor. And I hate to say it, it reminds me of a guy that wore number 9 for the New York Knicks. I'm being reminded of RJ Barrett, and it's not.
For 5 first-round picks, you got RJ Barrett.
5 first-round picks. And honestly, you want me to say what I want? And the thing with Karl Anthony Towns with the knee, and then all of a sudden he came back in, and like it's a blowout. And I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. I wouldn't be shocked if we fire Tom Thibodeau come season's end. Because
I think he's run its course, dude. The 7-man rotation's not working.
He's got us there. And I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that.
Do what the Cavs did.
Yeah.
Get rid of.
And it's just like, he's just so reckless with it. Like, it's not even like, and I understand that it's his MO, but he's just being so reckless with it. And it's something's going to happen with what happened with Derrick Rose, where he's going to be someone's going to be in a meaningless game, someone important to the team, and they're just going to get hurt.
Yeah.
What might happen.
It's just, besides coaching, we go to these last 2 games. These are 2 kind of big games against, I know we're coming out of the All-Star break, but these are the 2 top teams in the East you're playing against. These are your 2 top competitors for the NBA Finals contention, and you get steamrolled by the Cavs. I know you're dealing with some injuries, but you lose by 40. I mean, that's ridiculous. It can't be 40 points. And then you go into Boston, not even on a back-to-back, and you would expect something better, but no. I don't know what the direction they're moving in is. Are they moving backwards? Because I know 10 games into the year, it was a mess. After 10 games, they figured it out, and now it's like, geez, I don't know where they're moving towards, because I don't know.
I need to find.
They can't add anything else, so this is what they have.
I need to find the graphic of like how like the margin of victory against the teams that we've played, because we are now 0-3 against the Boston Celtics and a combined 0-7 against the Celtics, Cavs, and Thunder. We lost to the Celtics by 35 twice. We lost to the Thunder by 30. We then lost to the Cavs by... Didn't we get blown out by them earlier in the year, too?
It wasn't too bad. I think it was only maybe like a 10-point loss, something like light. But 40.
Friday was a disaster. 142-105. You led by 42 at one point, Tim.
It's just, I don't know what happened. And I will say this because it is unheard of, and I will give Cleveland their props. I'm not knocking the Knicks here. But, dude, the Cavs, historically right now, are the best jump shooting team of all time.
Okay.
Statistically.
Great.
Give them the props there. But yeah, they wipe the floor with you.
How's my team going to stop it?
Because
they're not going to.
They're not.
They're not going to. Like, that's where I'm just like...
If you match... Okay, realistically, think about this. Because if the Cavs are the 1 seed...
It's going to be another second-round exit. They'll be the 3 seed, and they'll beat probably the Pistons.
Do you even beat the Pacers right now?
I think we beat the Pacers. But I mean, we dominated them the other day.
No,
before the All-Star break started.
Would Milwaukee give you problems? I'm like trying to think. I
don't think we seem to handle Milwaukee well. It's just the top 2 where we're just like...
Can't figure it out.
It just can't figure it out. The gap between second and third is by 4 games. Between third and fourth is 4 games, and then 4 and 5 is sort of like a revolving door. It's either going to be the Bucks or the Pacers. Honestly, I just think it's going to be. You're either fighting for home court advantage if you're either team, really. And then you have the Pistons, who the Knicks would probably match up with. That's just out. And I think we get honestly, it's Knicks in 6, more than likely. And then whoever we get in the second round, probably it's going to be one of either. I'm trying to remember because we were the 2 seed last year.
Probably be Boston.
It would be Boston.
It would be Boston.
Yeah, it would be Boston.
And can you really beat Boston in a 7-game? Like, I don't know. I don't even know if you could beat 1 game.
I don't know. And it's just like Tatum every time goes off, and there's no like
you didn't bring anyone in to be a defensive wing stopper. I know I'm a Cavs fan. I'm glazing what they did, but they brought in DeAndre Hunter. They added weapons to beat these better teams because the Knicks on paper should be an elite team in the NBA. They should be just wanting to add a few pieces here and there to be like, hey, like this will help us beat them. You know, like we need to stop the 3-point shooting percentage from small forwards. Get a guy who can be a 3-and-D guy. They didn't go out and do any of that, and I don't know.
I just don't see it. I just don't see it with this team. I seriously think that, like, if you want to like jump that gap, you either trade for someone or you fire Tom Thibodeau.
And I think
honestly
you
what
Tom
it is.
Thibodeau.
It just reminds me of those '90s Knicks where they were fun and you'd get a couple extra regular season wins, and then once the playoffs hit, you'd be gassed. That's just kind of what I'm seeing with this team right now.
And maybe it's better than the Melo years, but the Melo years, it was the same thing. You guys just needed a little bit to close the gap against the top teams, and unbelievable. But
and I don't think that Mitchell Robinson is a guy where we're like, yeah, like that's a reinforcement.
No, I don't think it is anymore. I don't think it is anymore. But who is?
Don't see it.
Who you go out and get?
Couldn't tell you. Really could not tell you.
I don't know.
Something's got to happen though. We can't just. I know the depth's bad, and if you go get more depth,
you got to give up bigger guys, and and you're already out of those picks. So it's like, well, what is Mikal Bridges' value even now if you want to move him? And
yeah, I just don't understand. And
they're digging themselves a little bit in a hole here.
But like honestly, even if we get more depth, he's just gonna stick to his guns.
Well, that's why you need a new head coach, but you need the right guys. Again, I mean, Ty Jerome's been a fucking diamond in the rough for the Cavs. He dropped 25 last night. You need to get something like that at least.
He's done wonders for you guys, really. I'm
trying to think of a guy you could go out and get that won't even cost you that much, but at least it'll give you something, like just a spark plug. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. I thought Landry Shamet would be that guy. But,
I don't know.
Yeah. Any other NBA? Oh yeah. Had it. Seems like Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler are really working out.
Well, yeah, that was that really has been steamrolled. And go to Luka and the Lakers. That seems to be working out too.
Yeah. Are they like?
No.
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 What'd you even think I was going to ask?
Are they like contenders or scary or whatnot? Would you be upset to play them in the playoffs?
Okay, yeah, that's kind of where I was getting.
Probably not. I don't know. Steph's old, and honestly, this year he's been kind of inconsistent shooting. So if you can catch him on an off night, I know it's Steph, and I know
LeBron James and Luka Doncic on one team. I feel like that would be.
Well, is that the East? Is that the West favorite now?
No.
Would you take
OKC?
them? Well, that's my question to you. I mean,
I'd say OKC in 7.
Young?
OKC. We said that last year. They're too young, but now they got it under their belt. But
Luka might go back.
They would have to run into Luka Doncic
and LeBron James, and it's like, geez.
Yeah, I mean, we could even
Well, I know we could see. Well, I just want to mention this first. I've been most impressed. The Lakers, their defense has been phenomenal with Luka. I did not expect that at all.
Yes, that is true. JJ's a good coach, man.
Yeah, I know.
Like, you would if
he could do wonders for the Knicks.
Yeah, but it ain't happening. Western Conference. Now, I'm just gonna read the standings as it. So, like, no play-in. Like, one plays 8. Whoever. OKC would play Dallas. Memphis would take on Minnesota. Denver, LA, Lakers, Rockets. I think the Lakers sweep the shit out of the Rockets.
It's volleyball.
Yeah, it honestly would be. I think right now, the top contenders in the West are OKC and Denver.
Yeah. I would probably. But Denver doesn't scare me.
Yeah, they don't either. But some other news. Speaking of, I forgot to bring it up. Wemby
Oh,
out for the year.
jeez, yeah. But we wanted it too. We wanted that San
We wanted
Antonio
it,
OKC matchup.
but this is what scares me now because it reminds me of what happened when David Robinson got hurt and he was out for the year. And then the Spurs just magically got Tim Duncan.
Yeah, well, I don't think.
And then this dynasty comes along.
There's some bad teams right now, Stan. I don't think Cooper Flag.
But not even Cooper Flag. Like, what if, like,
I know.
a guy like Dylan Harper goes there? Or, like, what if they get this
Yeah.
Traore kid? I know they already have De'Aaron Fox, but, like, still.
Yeah,
You
but
could
again,
trade it.
I get it.
You could trade the pick.
I get it, but come
and
on.
get a stud, but, like...
Timmy D, I mean, come on. That might be like a top 5 basketball player of all time.
I know.
Bit of a stretch.
But still, I mean, they just stumbled upon him.
I know.
Yeah, but the Warriors, it seems like they're really hitting their stride. They beat Dallas. They've won 3 straight. And if we want to go even further, they've won 5 out of their last 7. Or sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their last 6. Sorry, but this team looks good.
No, they do.
It just seems like Steph is just more comfortable.
Well,
and I didn't really. It seemed like I didn't expect Draymond and Jimmy to like work out this month. I know we're only a few games in, but
could be some hothead feuds. We'll see, but.
There
you know what
be,
though?
but...
This takes a lot of stress off Steph Curry, and he's been dragging this team by the collar. I mean, even since that finals run when they won the finals in
22.
22. Yeah, I mean he was doing it by himself. So
we'll see, but yeah, my poor friend tore her ACL.
Jeez,
skiing. Yeah, not a good time right now.
We waited this long. We might as well talk about it, Stan.
What the hell was I just gonna say? NBA. There was something other. Oh, the Suns look fucking.
Dude, stop.
This team is a disgrace.
They suck. They built it the wrong way.
Of course they did, but I feel like you just got to build around Booker. There's other splits that I've noticed for playoffs. I love the home road splits where it's just like they're even. Like those are the likely teams. Like the Thunder, 25-3 at home, 19-7 on. 25-3 at home, 19-7 on the road. Like the Bucks suck on the road but are good at home.
What's the Cavs split?
I saw the Celtics split. Lakers good at home, suck on the road. Cavs home road. I think that's an ESPN stat if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Cavs home road splits. See the Knicks really. Even like with the Knicks with that frickin'
the Cavs are. What are they?
I don't see a record.
I got. Okay, hold on.
News blows.
Yeah, this is for just for the road. On this year, they're 20-6.
So then that would mean that they are 40. They're 27-4 on the road.
No, at home. At home.
Oh, at home.
They're 20-6 on the road. That's pretty.
Yeah. That's very good. Let's talk about the 4 nations face-off. Canada wins the tournament. I've never seen such build up to a hockey game like this ever in my life.
This is the best thing it could happen with the sport.
And I hate you stupid Ranger fans where Adam Fox is like, I'm buzzed for this. And he's like, well, people are like, well, you played in like 12 Eastern Conference Finals games for your team, and you're saying that this meaningless tournament.
Buddy, Matthew Tkachuk won a cup last year, and he might be done for the rest of the year.
Matthew Tkachuk won a Stanley Cup, and he might be out for the year. Jack Eichel won a Stanley Cup also, and is out for the rest of the year. To put it on even further, Matthew Tkachuk went to 2 Stanley Cups in a row.
They're just going. I mean, these guys are going balls to the wall. They wanted this. Look how they celebrated. And the interviews in the locker room. Look at Brady Tkachuk. He goes, "This fucking sucks. This sucks."
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that guy left it out all on the ice. And again, I know everyone's covering this in ESPN and First Take, but they really did set the gold standard for every other sport. They have to figure something out because no one wants to watch an All-Star game. I want to watch 2.
I think
best on best compete. That's what I want to watch.
Major League Baseball is fine. I think that their format is fine. Where it's
bring it back, Stan. You know what I want. Bring it back home field. Bring back home field.
No.
Home
field.
That was the best because the NL always had the worst players. It was like 10 years in a row, dude.
Yeah. Like baseball has the World Baseball Classic, and regardless if you like it or not, because it's regardless, because I know, Tim, you have a love-hate relationship with it. I know you think it's good for the sport, but Edwin
Yeah,
breaking
I
his
know.
leg was
It's
not
like
good.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
I like watching it. I
but
like watching it.
it worked.
Yeah.
It worked. I just still think of whenever I think of the World Baseball Classic now, I think of Mike Francesa. He's like, why isn't Sin like?
Watch wiffle ball in my backyard.
He's like, I wouldn't watch that even if it was in my backyard. That was all time. But there's really
NFL's got
the
to figure it out.
NFL's got to figure it out. NBA's got to figure. They have to figure it out. Just get the NFL. The NFL does not need an all-star game.
You don't need two guys.
There's 18 weeks in the year. Like, I get it if it's like
You
I get it if
friends
it's
in an all-star event and want to kill each other on the. That's literally like you can't do that
because the NFL is such a short season.
Yeah,
like there's no point of it. And I get you want to like have something to fill like the week void before the Super Bowl, but it's too short of a season. NBA's 82 games, NHL's 82 games, baseball's 162.
Yeah,
like they need a break in between. Like, you have one bye week and that's it, because you're only playing 17 weeks out of the year. And I know and believe me, like, I know what it's like, but I don't know what it's like, sorry. But I just think that the NFL does not need an all-star game, because there's no, like, skills gap.
No, I mean, what are you doing?
There's no skills competition that you can do.
No one wants to watch that. They don't want to go there. The NBA is the real one.
Play dodgeball.
Yeah.
Like, it's so stupid.
Flag football, too. I mean, no one wants to watch that. But the NBA is the real one here. I think, for me, this is how I would do it. And I might be crazy, but I don't even know if you could subcontinentally break this up. But if you did East, players from the East Coast, players from Central, and players from the West, like they kind of do in the MLB showcase, and then go and get the European players and do a 4-man tournament like that. I can't think of
what year for what?
For an all-star event. I can't think of it.
For what sport?
The NBA.
Okay.
I can't.
I thought it was. I don't know why I thought you were talking about football.
No. I'm just saying for the NBA, I can't think of it. But even then, I just don't see it. I don't see it working out. Like I don't see anything working out for them. I don't.
Because like literally, there was a and
there
regardless
was more commercial time than there was play during the game.
It was absurd, but it was just so funny seeing like the 3 fights in 9 seconds.
I know
happen, and then I check my phone as the game's still going on. It's like, here's LiAngelo Ball performing Tweaker.
I don't care. I don't care.
And it was a great song. Like, dude,
I got dudes chucking knucks on the ice on the other channel, booing the anthems, like trying to kill each other. I'd rather watch that.
Like, it was literally someone. Do you follow Big Content Guy on Twitter?
I think I do.
He's a great follow, and it was like NBA, like, oh, like I can't play this back to back because my knee hurts, and it's like NHL players. I am willing to die for my country in this exhibition. I'm willing.
And that's what I like watching. I don't like watching people lollygag around. I don't care about, and no offense, I mean, I do, like, I like basketball icons, I guess you want to call them like that, but I don't really care about your name. I don't care about being like, I got to watch John Morant do like a through the legs dunk. No, I'd rather you like work your way in the post and dunk on someone naturally. I don't need a force-fed game to me. I don't. And I'm watching this hockey game, and I'm obviously a huge hockey fan, and I was so excited for it. But this was a great product, dude. This was perfect for the game. This grew it so much.
Yeah, like that's really where. That's how I feel about it.
I got it here. My dad.
What was it? Yes.
My dad hates Mitch Marner so much.
Oh my god!
Sources say
I saw that video.
Sources say the Kachuk brothers are battling broken femur, partial slight loss, a ruptured testes, and a potential organ failure. But we'll play the final. Marner will miss the game because of a hangnail. My dad hates Mitch Marner so much.
Do you know the video of his dad where they did like the news story on him when he was a kid? Okay, there's the Canadian some Canadian news station did like a story on like hockey parents, and it was Mitch Marner and his dad, and then Mike McLeod and his mom. And I guess for Canada TV, like you don't blur out Kurt. You're allowed.
Oh, they left it in. What was he saying?
Like Mitch was having a bad game, and his dad is like at the rink. He's like 10 years old minimum, and he's like, "Bitch, if you don't get to fucking skating, I swear to God." And the reporter was like, mind you, he's saying this to his kid, not the ref.
Yeah, I was like, my dad.
Bitch, God damn it! If you don't get to fucking skating, God damn it!
My dad would pull me over to the little crack in the glass, and he'd be like, "Get that piano off your back."
I'm like, this perfectly describes hockey parents. Like, it perfectly describes them. I just don't. I just can't even believe it. How
It's
the NHL, Gary Bettman of all people, found the formula where it's like, you want to get him to play,
it had to be
do
Bettman.
this.
Nobody wants to give fucking Bettman any credit either, because like,
And now there's really like there's going to be an Olympics next year. There's going to be a World Cup of Hockey in 28.
yeah, and then an expanded Four Nations tournament hopefully coming
And then
up. I mean, dude,
hopefully-
they are so set up. I love international
Yeah.
play so much. It's so
It's
much
so
fun
much
to
better.
watch. They hate each other. They all hate each other.
Is there different rules in the NHL than in international
The
play?
double
So like,
IHF, yes, unfortunately. You can't
Okay.
fight. So no fighting in the Olympics. Yeah, you won't be seeing that.
come on.
The refs in the Olympics blow, by
Suck,
the way.
yeah.
They call everything. It's a much tighter game. I mean, not
So
tighter. It's a
you
much looser
can't-
calling.
You can't fight. You can pick anyone for a shootout, right?
After the first 3 rounds, you can pick whoever you
Okay.
want to keep going again.
Okay. Anything else?
Olympics, I mean, the rink's going to be bigger.
Really? The rinks? Okay.
Olympic size rink is bigger. Yes, it'll be wider. There's going to be more passing. I mean, it's just going to be a fun game. I think the more like kind of big things you see in the Olympics are more like open ice hits that happen every once in a while, just because there's so much open ice that you kind of you can't get guys with their heads down. But there won't be any fights. We got blessed with the Four Nations thing. That was fantastic. But I'm hearing for the World Cup, I think the NHL's trying to pull away from the double IHF, and they're trying to
Like make it NHL rules.
do it themselves. Yeah, just to have the more like
Yeah.
NHL style play, which I think would be so much better because you don't need double
And-
IHF involvement if you're going to do it yourself. You don't need them.
You do not need them involved with that. There was something else that I was going to say regarding that. Oh yeah, Russia. Like, are they like they're straying away
Okay.
from?
So
They're straying away from like the Team North America because for those who don't know, the last time there was a World Cup of Hockey, there was
Europe.
a Team USA, and like a Team North America that consisted of all the players
It was the
under.
U23s from North America, Canada, and US. But they also had a
so
team.
that was like McDavid, Matthews, like
Eichel.
basically all the
John
stars that
Hockey
you're
was on
seeing
that team.
now.
Yeah, they were all
Basically,
that
all the stars that you're seeing now in the NHL, it was all them. So just like imagine that. And then there was like a Europe.
It was Team Europe. Yeah, it was like Slovenia.
So like the same thing with Canada, the Team North America, or was it completely different?
So it was. So they didn't have all the smaller since it was not the Olympics. It was the World Cup hockey. So they actually they connected the bunch of smaller countries. It was like Slovenia, Slovakia, like all of them, and they made a Team Europe the same way they did North America. Yeah, so it was like Anze Kopitar on the team with like Chara and like a bunch of Czech guys. It was a good mix. They went to the final. They lost to Canada, but yeah.
Shit.
I don't think they're gonna do the same style format.
I think Gary said that they're gonna get rid of the combined country thing. So I think
I
would it be
heard
Russia.
Russia will be involved if they can die down with political conflict just a little bit. I heard they're gearing towards allowing Russia to be reallowed.
I think that they might just give them like they're just like gonna call them Eastern European whatever.
They might. I don't know what the technicality is. I just know
They won't be called Russia,
for the
but
game.
they're Russian.
For the game of hockey, there has to be the Russian team. I mean,
There has to be
third.
Russia.
I would say probably like third of the league.
Like
It's not a
here?
third,
Like,
but like
I think-
15% of the
I mean,
league is.
Ovi will be gone, so it'd probably be like Panarin.
Oh, in 2 years?
20
Oh, fuck out. Ovi will be playing. Fuck out of here, dude. He might
That's
get
true.
1,000 goals, dude. He got a hat trick the other night.
He's gonna fucking do
He
it,
got
man.
14 left.
I'm gonna be so sick when he fucking does it. Fucking idiot, I sound like.
You know how many goals he scored against the Isles and Rangers combined? I think it's like almost 250 goals just on us. Like, it's unbelievable.
I'm mentally prepared for Ovi to break Gretzky's record.
No,
Like,
dude,
I
it's
can't.
insane. It's insane to
I'm
think
not
about.
prepared.
And think about, like, you bring in Team Russia, especially with in a tournament like that. Say Ovi's still playing. You got the younger guys, too. I mean, you'd have Kaprizov, Kuznetsov, Panarin. They'd have Kucherov. You'd have, what's his face in Philly? Matev Michkov. Like, all these young guys, which everyone wants to see play.
Vasilevsky as well.
Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, and Sorokin would all be on that team. That would be the 3 goalies. And Bobrovsky if he needed. They Russians produce the best goalies in the world.
Yeah, they do. See, like of all people to get that right, it's freaking Gary
Bettman, of course. It had to be Bettman. No one wants to give him his flowers because it's fucking Bettman. But
It's Gary Bettman.
that guy's in the Chipotle in Jersey by us all the time. That short man who always fucks things up and rigs draft lotteries is always walking around over there.
He's always at the Chipotle. He's always at the Montvale Chipotle. Was it Montvale?
I don't know. It's next to the Wegmans.
Yeah, I know. It's Montvale, right? The Montvale Chipotle.
I think it might be. I don't know. Yeah, sure, Montvale.
Yeah,
because the Dairy Queen. Yeah, fuck. He's always there.
Yep.
He's always there.
He's always there. Always there. I've never seen him there though.
Gary Bettman, man.
I need to find him. I Chipotle
It's like a
yesterday.
Pokemon, dude. You go out and get him. You're just like, it's this short. I don't even know what I'd
Found
say to
him.
him. I don't even know what I'd say to him.
I don't even know what I'd say
Help
to him
out Long
either.
Island, you asshole. Come on.
Yeah,
Raise the
really.
cap already.
Fire Lou,
All
please.
right, I don't know. In Louis trust.
I wouldn't be.
I've been saying that for like 6 years.
Moving on, what I saw. I'll start. Steve Smith.
Well, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, ooh, that guy was mad.
tough.
That guy was mad.
That's tough. That's tough, man.
Look,
It's a tough situation to be in.
if you haven't seen it, just look up Steve Smith on Twitter. I mean, we don't need to go break down in someone's business.
Well, we'll pull up the picture. The picture. It's not an inappropriate one. It's just
Fuck you, Steve Smith.
The face he's making, like all that shit.
The tweets. Fuck you, Steve Smith, man.
Anyway, my buddy saw I went to the Duke game at Illinois. People were questioning my fandom around me, thinking I was a fake Duke fan, asking me what my favorite NFL team was, what my favorite NBA team was. I was like, if you think I'm a Cowboys, Lakers douchebag, suck my dick.
Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Go back to Champagne, you fucks. And it was just funny because we were like around like all these tourists. So they like all got the pizza and they were like, oh my God, this is a New York slice. I'm like, no, it's not.
Get it.
You go to Bravo next door and you fucking demolish it, and that's exactly you get a chicken bacon ranch and a buffalo chicken with a Mick Ultra, and it's the fucking greatest.
There's a Sbarro down the street. I love it.
It was fun though. Was I expecting a 40-point blowout? I was not.
But you were blessed with one.
I was blessed with one. I had a great time. There's a video. We brought in our. He used to be a walk-on. Now he's a scholarship. He basically like played the scrubs like the final 5 minutes of the game. And he hit a 3. I'm going to send you the video right now. My drunk ass was screaming like a fucking 11-year-old girl where I was. It was fucking ridiculous. Like the video cut off. Like all you just heard was, it was insane. I'll play it right now. Hang on. So many Stellas. The Garden Stellas, I don't know what it is. They're A1. They're so overpriced, but you have one of them, you're like, I need another.
You know, it's
another.
My dad says the same thing about the Heineken at UBS. He's like, I hate Heineken, but every time I'm here, man, this shit is so good.
There's just something about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
They added a new thing now where like they have like a grab and go thing where you just like grab shit.
They have that
and put it under the thing.
Yep, they have that at UBS. I love it. You just walk in.
It's so awesome.
Awesome.
Well, for alcohol, it sucks because it's like
the guy's got to come.
And they're like, tip the staff. I'm like, really?
Who?
For what? Reading.
Yeah. The camera.
I mean,
what are we doing?
Reading December of okay, you're allowed. Like looking at my 16-year-old face for my ID, where I look like a fucking egg.
I know, me too. I look at my head.
I need to get that changed.
Yeah,
I need to get it changed as soon as possible. But I don't want to go through the struggle of waiting in line for fucking 45 minutes.
It's tough.
It's true. Yeah. What did you see, Tim?
I had golf practice yesterday.
I forgot to mention.
There you go. Mention it.
No more Sunday Night Baseball.
Well, yeah,
at the end of this year. They have opted out of their contract. No more Sunday Night Baseball. I think it was something that needed to be done.
I loved it, though. Mets had some good games.
The nostalgia.
Mets Yankees one. I mean, they had some good ones.
Well, there's gonna be a Mets Yankee one this year.
There we go.
The weekend I graduate. But I get the nostalgia, but it seemed like something that needed to happen. ESPN wasn't covering the sport seriously. But then at the same time, like Manfred was like, apparently, like the reason why they forced him to opt out was basically like, you're not covering our sport the right way.
No, they weren't.
Like, yeah, they were not.
Apple TV's even worse.
Yeah, Apple TV is even worse. So I think Sunday Night Baseball, like, I don't know what the plan is for next year. Is someone going to take Sunday Night Baseball?
That's like,
imagine if it's like MLB Network. Wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind it either.
I would not mind that at all. That would actually, because they Natty V.
Yeah.
Natty V, MLB Network guy.
There you go.
I would love it, but it seemed like something that just needed to happen, and I'm glad it did. I'm glad this is the last year and plus ESPN had it right in front of them. You could have had Joe Buck call baseball weekly, and now he's only doing it once. He's calling opening. He's calling. I don't know how they're doing it this year. I don't know if it's standalone, like it's only going to be on ESPN, but he's calling the Yankee game.
There you go.
Yankees, Brewers, and then the Dodgers play the Tigers, both on ESPN, like right after each other. But I don't know if it's
Little
just going to
weird.
be
There
on
you
Yes
go.
or something. It's very weird. But we'll leave it alone. Tim, you were talking about your nice little golf simulator
Yeah,
you got.
I golf practice. I actually went to the sim after class today too. I had to work on a few things. It was ugly today. I don't even want to talk about today. But yesterday was good. Finished second in my bracket, so that was good.
Speaking of golf, full swing starts tomorrow, or it comes out
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there you go. Oh, and
We get to see how
first week of March, Bob the Sports Spit and Chicklets Sandbagger drops. If anyone's interested in that, so
Oh,
should be a fun one. And last thing I saw, Stan, I got my dad got Mets tickets for Mets Rockies in May.
I might go to WWE night and just like wear a Stone Cold Steve
Why
Austin
not?
T-shirt
Why
and
not?
just get shit.
All these giveaways, dude. I might have to go to like 100
Yeah,
games. I
giveaways
want some
are
of these
awesome.
jersey sweatshirts.
Yankees having a Billy Joel bobblehead night.
Mets are giving away Senga jerseys.
We have Jazz Chisholm hockey jersey piped out.
Oh yeah, who do we have as a hockey jersey? Who is it? It's someone so
Clay.
random. Oh yeah, it's Clay
Clay.
Holmes hockey jersey. It is Clay Holmes hockey jersey night. Yes, it is. Joe Toole sent me the whole list, dude. Joe Toole's like, we got to start picking these out. Which ones we want to go to? And I was like, I want all of these.
What?
I'll be at the game at like 2 in
Clay
the afternoon.
Holmes. It's Clay Holmes. All right. Okay, I have a long day ahead of me. I got to prepare for sideline report.
I got to study
for this week golf tournament, and also I'm in the tournament.
Good luck, Stan.
So that's fun.
Shout out Aiden O'Connor. He's unnaturally good at Wii golf. He played it too much, and now he like knows how to do everything. Ask him. I text him because he's.
I kind of like
Stan. He goes like -9, like crazy numbers.
I think I'm more like well suited because I've been playing like the EA Sports PGA Tour.
But yeah, that'll get you right. The tempo's
like I know.
Yeah,
I
2K golf's really gonna help you. Stan.
No, I know how to read a green. Like I know how to read a green.
Wii golf, man.
But still, I know how to read a green.
All right, you should get a greens book for Wii golf. Just take it out when you're standing on that. You're like, oh.
Is there like an abnormally long Wii remote?
There's an
like,
extension with a golf club.
Who's the guy with the very long putter? He won the Masters.
Oh, the broomsticks? Was it Adam Scott? There's so many broomstick guys. Yeah, maybe Adam Scott.
Yeah, Adam Scott. Yeah. All right.
You should bring different Wii remotes for different clubs. When you're like, I just got to switch real quick. Turn on the pitching wedge.
I just need the iron.
They're all labeled.
Just need the iron real quick. All right. Okay, that's going to wrap it up. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Be sure to like this video on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, leave a comment on our YouTube videos. Be sure to follow us and rate us on Spotify.
5 stars?
5 stars only. And we will see you guys next week. Dog days are still coming. We're getting close.
Isles Rangers on Tuesday.
You mean anything now?
It could. The East is so bad it could.
If the Rangers make the playoffs,
we don't have to go down this road, man. Because if the Isles do, I'm gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna lose my mind. Because I was like, after USA Canada, I was like, maybe my team not making the playoffs is a good thing because I wanted to die.
Stan, trust me, if it happens again and the Isles do the same thing they did last year where they hold me on for dear life, make it in the last second, and then lose in 5, I might be a little mad. Yeah. So,
Fair enough. All right. Peace out, guys.